What's up, staff family? Told you we was coming back with another. We got LeBron caught lying about Michael Jordan. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. Y'all already know what time it is. Legendary. Thank the Lord for another day. That's the most important thing right there now. We really do thank you, Lord. We don't get up here playing. I promise you. I can tell you that. We do not get up here playing. We're going to be for real every time. This is not scripted. I tell you what, though. Shout out to them real legends. Shout out to the Lord. Shout out to Grandma. Shout out to Auntie. The real. Ah! It's legendary over here, y'all. I promise you. And y'all legendary, don't y'all never forget that now. I hope y'all having a good day. Enjoying y'all day. Let's get it started early.
When it comes to the biggest LeBron James fan, there is none bigger than LeBron himself. And for the so-called king, he's joined JJ Redick on a new podcast called Mind the Game. And the way this podcast was sold to the audience, it was quote-unquote pure basketball. Now, when I hear that, the vibe I get, kind of pretentious, self-indulgent, and thinking, we're better than everyone else. And after watching the full 40-minute video, my takeaways from this podcast are pretty simple. LeBron James loves himself some LeBron James. And the entire goal of this podcast, in essence, is to convince you and prove you guys LeBron James is the best player ever and the smartest player ever. And to give you guys a heads up, yes, Michael Jordan in this podcast was mentioned and he was dissed at one point. Now, putting that on the back burner, looking at the intro to this podcast, I thought it was very, very telling with the podcast's overall agenda.
What makes a great basketball player? Beyond just talent and skill set. And we touch on a number of things that we think make a great basketball player. This is about creating separation. Once you get to the highest levels, everybody has talent. Everybody has skill. How do you separate yourself? One of the things we talk about is basketball intelligence.
So listening to that intro, the line that just stopped me dead in my tracks was, quote, this is about creating separation. When I heard that right there, I just immediately thought, this entire podcast has one goal. Separate LeBron James from Jordan and prove LeBron James was actually better. And one more telling line, quote, everyone at the highest level has talent. Again, what's the goal of this podcast? To show you guys LeBron James, his basketball IQ, and why that alone separates him from guys like Jordan, Kobe, Magic, etc. And like I mentioned in the intro, Michael Jordan in this podcast was referenced, and it wasn't in the greatest light.
You're right, it started with Steph.
When it comes to influence, since I've been watching the game, the most influence on the game, and obviously we know what Mike did for the game.
Sure.
Steph and Allen Iverson are the two biggest influential guys in our game since I've been watching and covering it. One, they're 6'3". Allen Iverson and Steph, they were just so relatable, and kids felt like they could be them. They were guys that was not always counted on. They were small in stature, and they just defined the odds.
Now look, don't get me wrong, when it comes to Steph Curry and Iverson, their impact on basketball culture is immense. But look, we're talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the guy who changed the game and the entire NBA. And looking at someone like Iverson, his overall impact on the culture 100% is felt in 2024, whether it be the arm sleeves, the tattoos, or the overall culture of the NBA. But still, looking at Jordan, his overall cultural impact in the 90s was far superior, and today is still highly relevant. I mean, look at the shoe sales alone. Michael Jordan 2023, 130 million in shoe sales. The top 5 current NBA players as followed didn't combine to earn 110 million. LeBron James, 32 mil. KD, 26. Curry, 20. Harden, 14. And Zion, 13. For a guy in Jordan who hasn't played in over 20 years, to have that long-lasting impact, I mean, it is pretty remarkable. And LeBron, in his explanation of why Iverson and Steph Curry were just so influential, he said, quote, "They were so relatable and you wanted to be like them." Now, take 2 steps back. In the 1990s, what was the big marketing push with Michael Jordan?
I dream I move, I dream I groove like Mike.
The playground.
When it comes to players, analysts in this century, I just feel like all these guys want to look past the 90s, write them off, and downright ignore them. And looking back at Steph and Iverson, when it comes to being inspired by Jordan, both these guys want to be like Mike.
I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. You know, you want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
Even looking at LeBron James himself, the biggest star in the NBA currently, he wears 23 just like Jordan, made Space Jam just like Jordan, did the chalk toss just like MJ, wore a leg sleeve just like Jordan.
Well, first of all, I wear the number because of Mike. I think I fell in love with the game because of Mike, just seeing what he was able to accomplish. When you're growing up and you're seeing Michael Jordan, it's almost like a god. For my name to come up in a discussion with the greatest basketball player of all time, it's like wow. Like I said, I did pretty much everything that MJ did when I was a kid. I shot fadeaways before I should have. I wore a leg sleeve on my leg and folded it down so you saw the red part. For no reason. I wore black and red shoes with white socks. I wore short shorts so you could see my undershorts underneath.
Hearing LeBron James, Iverson, and Curry talk about Jordan that way, I mean, isn't that proof Michael Jordan, the most impactful player of all time? In some ways, Michael Jordan's overall impact, it's almost like Curry and Iverson combined, as culturally, much like Iverson. From the shoes, the endorsements, the style, how players dressed, Jordan's impact was immense in that aspect. But also like Curry, changing the game. MJ in the 90s, really the first international star and worldwide ambassador for the league. And that launching point was the 92 Olympics. And a lot of superstars in the 2000s, your Tony Parkers, Dirk Nowitzki's, they say Michael Jordan 92 inspired them to play basketball. And now looking at the league in current day, who are the top players in the NBA? The majority of them international players. And that overall international influence, at the end of the day, comes back to Michael Jordan and his overall impact. Now, looking past LeBron's sneak diss on Jordan, what is the main goal of this podcast? To convince you guys LeBron James, the smartest player who ever lived.
I've had teammates that's like, oh, what do you mean? Coaches always, in practice, we only ran it from this side.
Yeah.
I could flip a play when I was 8 years old. No matter if it was just pass and cut, no matter if it was, let's run flex, or let's start on the left side, no matter if it was just, let's DHO, driving cape, the last one. All right, now let's just drive the baseline, drive, drift. I could do that. I was doing that stuff when I was like 8, 9 years old, and my coaches would just be blown away, and I wouldn't know where it came from. I had no idea.
So when it comes to the Mind the Game podcast, LeBron James can just lie without any pushback or any rebuttal. Great job, JJ Redick. This podcast, what it was sold as, was quote-unquote pure basketball. But watching the entire conversation, I mean, yes, they talk about some basic offensive sets, defensive sets, out-of-bounds plays, but besides that, I mean, not really groundbreaking information, at least not yet.
The 2-for-1 shot at the end of quarters.
Are you going on an anti-crusade against the 2-for-1?
I understand why the 2-for-1 is important. Obviously, it's numbers. You get 2 possessions, the other team gets 1 possession.
In theory, it's a free shot.
In theory, it's a free shot. But what people sometimes don't account for, the 4 or 5 possessions before that. Are we on a run? Are we on a heater? Have we gotten a good shot over the last 2.5 minutes?
And look, I didn't play in the NBA, not some basketball scholar, but just watching the games night-to-night basis. Every single team has the awful 2-for-1, 27 seconds left, jack up a shot, get the ball back in around 2 seconds, get another bad shot. It doesn't take a basketball savant to recognize the awful 2-for-1s that are league-wide. Maybe I'm being overly critical of the old man in the room, but I mean, these clips, not really groundbreaking stuff. And in terms of basketball, X's and O's changing my mind, blowing my mind. I mean, some of these clips, just rambling on and on for 5 minutes about very simple plays. I mean, one clip I saw that wasn't in the podcast was discussing out-of-bounds plays. And the gist of it, when a player inbounds the ball, a guy curling off a screen, what they should do, have one guy stunt, follow the guy to the screen, but the other guy pop out and guard the player, then go back to his own man. I mean, that concept is like mid-major college type stuff, not groundbreaking information. Maybe episode 2 will be a little bit better, but so far this podcast, in terms of pure basketball, kind of fell flat. And I think looking past the pure basketball talk, I mean, the agenda in this podcast, sometimes it is subtle, but other times is fairly obvious. Boost up LeBron James, his IQ, how smart he is. And like Reddick said, create separation from the other players. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
I don't know, but whoever was just on that horse, he had somebody on skates, I tell you that. Somebody was going through it right there. That would be it. But yeah, y'all just heard what LeBron said, man. At the beginning of the video, he just said Jordan was the greatest ever. There you go. We don't need to do. We don't got to go on. We don't got to go back and forth about it. Y'all just heard what LeBron James just said. He just literally said Jordan was the best, the greatest ever. So I don't need to do nothing. Ain't no need to go back and forth. Jordan fans, ain't no need to go back and forth with LeBron fans. No more. We just heard him. We just heard what LeBron just said. He just called Jordan the greatest. But then you gotta be, that's why you gotta watch what you say, LeBron. You done said all this stuff, but you done renege. You done renege. No, we know who the best. We know they really looked up to. We know who, man. Everybody has some Jordans. If you didn't have no Jordan, we salute you. We hope you get you a pair. Wait your turn. But yeah, man, we know who the most influential player was. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. That's one thing, that marketing they did, that wasn't no fake marketing. That guy right there was an all-around player. Hooping. And he ain't make no excuses. They lost. It is what it is. You heard what he said to Bird. When Bird beat him, man, hey, I'm glad you retired, but I'm tired of looking at your face. The boy Big Bird out there torching shit, man. Jeffrey had to keep it real, you feel me? We salute shit like that, man. It's legendary. We don't get up there complaining, oh, this should have happened, this should have happened. It happened. It is what it is. Y'all just heard him, though. I'm listening. I'm like, did this guy just say Jordan was the greatest ever? That was it. That was it, right? That's all we needed. That was all we needed. He just said it. He just said he looked up to the guy. The dude wears the same number. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. We gotta stop that fraud shit, LeBron. Come on now. We already, you can't try to change it now. You on your way out. Every real legend go through it now. But you still trying to hang on to it. You still trying to keep it up there. You gotta let the people decide. The people know who the best was. Some people, best player want Jordan. You feel me? And we all right with that. Some people best player is LeBron, and we all right with that. Some people best player Bird. We all right with that. It's just y'all LeBron fans. Y'all don't like being all right with shit, man. Y'all be making excuses and shit. Y'all can't never give another fan they credit about their player. Y'all get to making excuses and shit. For real. It's crazy, man. See us, we actually salute basketball. We gonna tell you, oh damn, he a good player, Bron a good player, you feel me? We ain't ashamed to say it. Y'all damn ashamed to say this shit. I don't know what the hell y'all Bron fans be got going on, but we hope y'all tighten up. And y'all just heard him though. Dude just said, I wore shit like Jordan. Dude wore a sleeve. Dude wore same number, 23. What, if I'm mistaken, what number was Michael Jordan? Jeffrey at that. What number was Jeffrey? 23. What number was LeBron? 23. That should tell you everything that you need to know. Real though. That should tell you everything you need to know, man. Y'all know who LeBron was looking up to. Just like Jordan said he had to look up to the real legend when he came in. Jordan said he had to look up to damn Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain and them boys. Jordan said he can't say he the best. He ain't play against them guys, man. Real legendary shit right there. We felt that on. I promise you. That was some legendary shit because we damn sure thought you were going to say you was the best. And when Jordan did say he was the best, him and Wilt Chamberlain was in the room debating about it like, I'm the best nigga. I'm the best nigga. You feel me? That's what we like right there. That's real life. Ain't nobody saying they're the best behind people back. You feel me? No folks were face to face telling each other, boy, I'm better than you, boy, I'm better than you. We gotta salute that Wilt Chamberlain and Jeffrey. It's legendary right there, boy. That room right there that day, I wish I was in there. I promise you. And y'all heard what Jeffrey told Magic Johnson at the top 75. Boy, we ready to lay some shits up right now. Boy, I drop. And me and Jeffrey ready to drop Magic Johnson off quick. But you give you 50. Promise you still come drop 63 in the garden. Easy. That's legendary though. But y'all Bron fan, y'all gotta cut it out, man. Y'all need to start saluting other players too. Damn, stop being a J. Y'all gotta call Bron out on this bullshit. If that was my favorite player, man, what the hell is the brother talking about? Brother know the best to do with Michael Jordan. He know that shit. He know he looked to Jeffrey. That's all y'all had to say, you feel me? Get this shit over with. They just keep trying to prolong with this shit, man. We ain't got time for it. We salute real legends. Bron, keep doing your thing and just cut that fraud shit out. You gotta cut that fraud shit. You ain't gonna never convince us you're the best player of all time. You're never gonna do it. Never. We done seen Kobe. You feel me? We can't act like we ain't see that shit. If you done seen Kobe Bryant, you act like you didn't see it, you a goddamn trip. Promise you. I'm talking about torching favorite players, man. I'm talking about torching the whole league for a decade. By itself. Shaq left. Nigga still winning rings? What? Come on, man. Let's cut it out. I never forget it. And I'm a Mavericks fan. Come on, man. Let's stop it. I'm talking about using torches. I'm talking about every time Kobe come out, damn, man, we tired of this guy, man. Can somebody D this guy up? The defense, he still making shit. You gotta, at some point, man, I had to respect that shit, man. This guy right here, I tip my hat. I had to get tipped, man. Kobe being Bryant, I never seen no shit like him, man. I'm talking about torch the league, man. For real. Torching favorite players. You couldn't do nothing. I'm talking about stop Hall of Fame from getting rings. We're gonna leave it up to y'all. Who the best player of all time? Let me know in the comment section if y'all don't mind. Thank y'all, Stat Family, for watching the full video. We're gonna be back with another video after this video. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. Y'all be safe. And y'all be good. You know?